Hi guys, happy Wednesday. So today I want to talk about patience, and this actually was my niece's idea. Say hello, niece.
Hi.
And I asked her today, I said, what should I do my YouTube video on for my channel? And she said, have you done anything about patience? I said, I have touched on that subject, but not just specifically on patience. So here we go. And by the way, she's only 12 and she wants to learn about patience. So as adults, we should kind of, take note of that. Okay. So anyways, here we go. One thing that I have talked about in our videos before is how to look at someone with compassion and instead of judgment, compassion and curiosity, right? Being patient with someone is also kind of in the same category. But there's a bunch of different types of being patient, right? There's patience for the people who's a lot faster than you at a lot of things. So they're slower than you. So you don't want to wait for them if you're walking through a store or if you're going just on a walk or on a jog with this person. If they're that much slower than you, there's that kind of patience. There's also the kind of patience like for someone's attitude. Like I can only take so much of this person in small doses because I lose my patience with them because they talk too much or all they talk about is X, Y, and Z. Or they always bring so-and-so everywhere they go with them, and I don't like that person, whatever the case may be. So patience is a very broad contrast of so many scenarios. But it all really does boil down to getting curious. It also boils down to who you surround yourself with, who you choose to surround yourself with, right? So if you are surrounding yourself with people that do not have the same mobility issues or access as you do, then you might want to try and understand why they might be impatient with you and vice versa. So when you have like-minded people that kind of gather in the same space, you create this safe space among you and your friends or your family because you all have an understanding of what it's like to be that type of person or to have those issues. You have that mutual understanding. When you surround yourself with people that do not have the same characteristics, mobility issues, or anything like that, and you want them to understand, it's just as difficult for them to understand you as it is for you to understand them. So there has to be some kind of respect there. But there also has to be a conversation. And I think this is really the key when it comes to patience, especially if it's within the family. Family you can't get away from, right? Especially if you are a minor and you are out with someone in your mom and dad and they walk really fast and you can't keep up with them and they yell at you because you need to just hurry up and just stop whining about it and keep up, right? So when you're in a situation where you have to be surrounded by these people, the best way to deal with that on a patience level is to have a conversation. and not have that conversation in the midst of the situation, right? Because if you have the conversation in the midst of the situation, you already are going to get bad vibes. You're going to get even more yelled at. You're going to get just attitude in return. The best thing to do is to have this conversation when both parties are completely calm. The situation has not come up. You're not in the middle of the situation. It hasn't even happened that day. Maybe you want to do it 2 days later. Or if it happened in the morning, let's do it at night over dinner if they're in a good mood. If you're in a good mood, you both are feeling, calm and in a safe space. Just bring it up and calmly bring it up. You don't want to be rude about it. You want to just simply say, this is what happened earlier and this is how it made me feel. How do you perceive that the situation happened and how did it make you feel? And if you talk about it with the other person as if their feelings matter too, you may be very surprised at the results and the successful conversation you might have. So when it comes to patience in an area where it's not something that you can get away from, it is something you have to deal with in your life, have that conversation. But if it is with people that you have chosen to be in your circle and it bothers you that much, you may want to consider having the conversation first. And if they don't appreciate your opinion or your boundaries, then it may be worth starting to kind of make your circle a little smaller, or just, find new friends, or just don't start, putting more boundaries up with that person so that they can't get as close to you. Because nobody wants to feel like that. Nobody likes to feel like they are not liked because someone gets impatient with them. But nobody likes to feel also that they have to be around someone where they lose their patience with, right? So either way, you're doing them a favor and you're doing yourself a favor. Anyways, that's my tip for today. Happy Wednesday. Have a great rest of your week, and I'll see you Friday. Ciao.